Hey guys, Suarez Digital here. First off, thank you so much for 160 subscribers. It really means the world to me, and I will continue to make more wholesome content for you all. Do you guys feel it? It's that time of the year. The winter holiday seasons. I love them because there's so many traditions that get to be celebrated. I grew up celebrating Christmas, but many have agreed that as we get older, the Christmas spirit kind of loses its touch. Mainly because many of us actually realize that Christmas is actually very, corporatity. I say this because I just found out that I'm scheduled to work Christmas and Christmas Eve. Yay! That and our wallets are crippled this month because we're trying to find gifts for the people we love and care for. But let's forget about that for one moment and let's go back to the good stuff we love and remember. Gingerbread houses, Christmas cookies, Christmas specials, and most importantly, the big red man himself, Santa Claus. I love everything about this guy. He's the jolly good man that basically ties all of Christmas together. However, not everyone believes that. You have no idea how many times I hear, Santa Claus isn't real. You still believe in Santa? What are you, an immature adult? And to that, I say, yeah? You see, I've been arguing for Santa's existence ever since the first non-believer revealed themselves to me back in 2nd grade. And to that I would say, if Santa's not real, then why is he at the mall? Checkmate, atheists. All jokes aside, I'm gonna break down how Santa is totally real. First, we're gonna bust some common lies you've all probably heard. Some people say, Santa's not real because he can't possibly deliver presents to every single kid in the entire planet. But I raise you this question. Who says he's delivering presents to every child on this planet? Let's use the song Santa Claus is Coming to Town as an example. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you are awake. He knows if you've been good or bad, so be good for goodness sake. Aside from the creepy fact that he knows when you're sleeping or awake, I'd say this is very telling though. Santa has the ability to see your every action, motives, and thoughts. Have you ever had someone make you so mad that you kind of insult them inside your head? Santa heard it. Remember that time you laughed at your friend when they tripped and fell on the ground? That counts. What about the time you woke up super tired because you were on your phone all night and then lied and said you weren't? How about the time you told someone you couldn't text them back because you were tired, but in fact you didn't want to text them back, and rather than being honest, you lied to them? Or in reverse, the time you wanted someone to text you back but didn't respect their space? Also a bad thing too. See, here's the thing. In order to be on Santa's nice list, you have to be good for the entire year. One screw up? Nah, you're on the naughty list now. What, you really thought you could reverse Uno the situation by doing a lot of good deeds? Doesn't work that way. There's no undos or takesies backsies, and if you try doing that, you're essentially trying to bribe Santa, and as a result, your name goes on the naughty list twice. Double banned. Try again next year. And some of you may be thinking, hey, I misbehaved, but then I redeemed myself, and I still got an Xbox/bicycle/super expensive item. I hate to break it to you, but those gifts were actually from your parents. Most likely because they felt bad, or because they were afraid that you were going to throw another temper tantrum, which got you into this situation in the first place. Now just imagine all of the kids that misbehaved. That's a lot of kids. And then when you start to narrow it down, there are only so few people that meet the requirement of being wholesome jelly beans. Unless, of course, you're probably, these kids. Absolute wholesome jelly beans. Most important of all, you have to believe in Santa himself. If you don't believe in Santa, he doesn't believe in you. Yeah, he's that brutal, but he has to be. But it's not always bad. I've met plenty of people who just don't celebrate Christmas altogether, and that's perfectly normal. According to reindeerland.org, only 32% of people in the world celebrate Christmas, and thus by association, we can assume that a little more or a little less of that 32% actually believes in Santa. There's room for marginal error. That small percentage of people all have to be wholesome jelly beans. No wrongdoings. Which then further narrows down the number of people that actually would meet the criteria for Santa to deliver presents to. Ultimately, what I'm trying to say is that Santa is real, and we have just let him down. And we can assume that throughout the years, there have been some people that actually get presents delivered to them by the big man himself. But for the rest of us, we're stuck with our parents having to substitute in the traditions for him. And I know that people will point out that Santa traditions have gone hundreds of years back, and will point out that if Santa's real, then how is he still alive? Who knows? Maybe. Just maybe, when one good person manages to be a good person throughout their whole life, and that person is offered the opportunity to take the title of Santa Claus. I mean, it's believable, isn't it? But for the rest of us, maybe one day we'll reach a point where we're no longer vague tweeting people on Twitter. Maybe one day we won't be trash talking people on Facebook. And maybe, just maybe, we're all gonna get presents from Santa one day. Although to be fair, Santa is a jerk. He could choose to end world hunger, or he could choose to help us out with the COVID vaccine. After all, he's immune to this because he has Santabodies.
According to Dr. Fauci, the big man in red, immune to COVID-19.
You want to know why?
Why is that?
He's got Santabodies.
I say that he should donate his blood and body ASAP so that we can find a cure that will work for the rest of us, to share those Santabodies with all of us. That's what we want for Christmas. Santa to give us those Santabodies. But nope! He's playing the ultimate social distancing / quarantine game. That greedy old man is staying up in the North Pole with his cozy campfire in his big house, and I just made the naughty list. Well, I'll try again next year. With that said, thank you all for joining me, and I hope you have an amazing holiday season. I know this year will be different for many, but I can assure you it's all going to be worth it when we'll be able to celebrate safely with our loved ones. For those celebrating alone, you are strong and amazing, and I love you all. Together, we can beat this pandemic. With that said, this is Suarez Digital, and I'll see you all later. Yeah, we need to find a way to end these videos better.